Microphone check, microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is the Heavyweight Champ Sports Talk Podcast. This is your Opinionated Facts, and these are your hosts. Myself is back in the building.
Woo!
B-Way. To my right, I have Mr. Andrew Dixon, host of King's Court, which can be heard every Thursday night, 8 o'clock via Facebook page if you look up King's Court on a regular basis.
That's right.
One of the best podcasts out there. So if you guys are ever in the need of podcast listening, look up King's Court.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You know, I feel like it's like a whole big thing now. You know, I got to live up to the name. You know, but yeah, definitely check us out, King's Court Podcast. We're on Facebook. But it's good to be here, man.
Definitely, man, and we're going to hold it down for Mr. Red, who is out in California and doing his whole Laker tour and Kobe Bryant visit and all that stuff. But we're going to jump right to it. This was this is a big sports weekend.
It was, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
We got to start with the fight.
Watch my man get beat up.
Oh man,
I went to the casino with my grandpa. The night of the fight. I seen a buddy we play football with. Fullback. No, a buddy of ours. Fullback. Franklin, he was a good fullback.
Yeah, okay.
You know, seen him. Yeah, he was feeling good, man. He's like, hey, what's up, man? What's up? I was like, how you doing? Gives me a $20 bill. I'm like,
money at the casino?
Yeah. I'm like, all right, he's feeling good. He goes, yeah, just put $600 on Wilder. Woo. I'm good. He about to put him down. I was like, oh yeah? Like, thinking about the first fight. How Fury put the hands on in the first fight. Like, it was a good fight, but
yes.
Fury was off the couch.
So, was off the couch.
So, like, yeah. Like, I know he was hurt. I didn't get to talk to him since then, man. But I know his feelings were hurt. Like,
600.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm scared. I'm scared to bet. I'm scared to lose money. Man. Like, it's hard enough making it. I ain't going to give it away.
So, I mean, for those that didn't see it, I'm sure you heard by the time this plays, but Wilder, I don't want to say he didn't show up. Maybe he thought he could show up being the same guy that he was, but Tyson was just like, I'm better.
Yeah, he was sticking and moving. He licked his blood. He tasted his blood. He said, I want to taste blood this fight, and that's what he did.
And that, like, he wasn't, like, you could tell, like, the first fight, he might have been a little rusty, Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm. He was off the couch.
Yeah.
He got a couple fights under his belt, and it was a completely different fight. Like, he dominated, outboxed him, out-conditioned him, like, the whole fight.
I mean, if you want to give Wilder round 2, if you want to be nice, yes, you can do that possibly. But other than that, he was dominating.
It's because he landed a couple haymakers, a couple wild ones. He landed a couple, you know.
That's what we were expecting. Like, we weren't expecting Wilder to come in here and box him
and get embarrassed.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that either.
No, I wasn't.
but we definitely wasn't expecting him to come in and be a boxer. But we definitely expect him to come in and do what he does. Mm-hmm. And he didn't even show up on that front.
Mm-hmm. Like he was like any warrior, anybody who fights. Like, you don't want to ever go out on a TKO. You know, you like put me down on the canvas, you know. So like, he after his trainer threw in the towel, he was like, you were bleeding from your ear, like not because it's cut, but because your eardrum is busted. Like,
well, hold on, because they just released it today where they said his eardrum was not busted. It was only a cut inside of his ear, which required 6 stitches.
How do you get a cut in your ear like that?
You saw the way Tyson was throwing them things. That's why.
You're right. You're right. But still, like, you're bleeding out your ear where you need stitches.
I never saw Wilder look like that.
Yeah, I can't focus with water in my ear. Imagine blood just trickling down your ear. Like, it's just there. How do you focus? How do you fight? And you're watching this man who weighs 273 pounds
leaning on him,
throw this straight jab at you, and he's dancing and talking trash. Like, you're just getting frustrated. And he made him look like the one, the one meme or the one GIF? One emoji or whatever, where his jaw's all to the side.
Yeah, that Martin?
Yeah. Oh, he beat him up.
Now, what do you think? What should Wilder do from here? You think he should take the rematch?
I mean, he needs to, but yeah, I think he needs to retrain. You know, like You can't change. You can't. What is it? You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
I think he's about 35.
But he can get back to the basic fundamentals of how to protect yourself and how to stop eating that jab and like.
He does fight with his hands down a lot. Like it's. I don't know what he's like. I feel you're right. Like he does need to go to the gym and get in the gym. And I don't want to say hire a new trainer, but you should be able to learn how to box better.
I think it's back to basics.
Yeah.
Right? Back to basics.
Like you got to learn how to box better.
You can't just be sticking your hands down trying to throw it against somebody who's bigger than you, got a longer reach than you. Like, yeah, it was embarrassing.
I mean, Tyson Fury looked good for coming in there at 273. Like when I first heard the weight, I was like, oh boy. Tyson didn't train.
Like he'll come out looking like a Ruiz.
Yeah.
But shout outs to the guys with dad bods. Like out here doing work, beating up these 6-pack heroes. Like shout out to the dad bods out there, you know.
Hey, but you gonna call them dad bods?
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong. Look, all right. The dad bod isn't sloppy fat, but it's like, all right, you take care of yourself. You know, you watch what you eat every now and then. You might work out here and there, you know, but like you're fit. You still got it. You still can beat your kids in a sport. You know what I mean? Like, that's the dad bod. Like dad bod's not sloppy fat.
So you're calling Tyson Fury a dad bod?
He definitely has a dad bod. Tyson Fury, Ruiz, like they both have dad bods. And like I look at
the heavyweight division.
I look at it. I look at Joshua, and I look at Fury or at Wilder, and these guys are cut up, stacked, man.
Chiseled.
Yeah. It didn't help out. Well, Joshua, you know what? Josh was a fan. He came back, beat Ruiz again, but like. Nah, Ruiz beat him up that first fight. And then Ruiz was off the couch, too.
Do you think Wilder should ask for the rematch? Because Wilder...
I think he should. He
got beat.
You need it. It's his only loss.
But he got beat the last 2 rounds. I mean, the last 2 fights. If he didn't knock him out in the first fight for those 2 rounds, he would have lost that one.
Mm-hmm. And I think he needs to do it again, though. You have to. You can't go out. You don't want to go out. You don't want to end your legacy with a loss to someone you drawed with, someone who beat you, then they beat you once. Like, you need that third fight. Get that last money bag. And, like, maybe you could fight like a UFC fighter like Floyd afterwards, you know, and get another bag. But, like, you got to, I don't know, you gotta redeem yourself after that one. Like, he really put work in on him.
He might lose again.
I don't think so, man. Well, yeah, he'll lose again. He'll get outboxed.
What showed you that he's better than him?
Listen, there's nothing that he showed that shows, like, well, maybe if he just didn't eat the jab, maybe if he just blocked that, maybe if his ear wasn't ringing. No, man. You just got beat up.
Hey, man, salute to Tyson Fury, man, on a big win.
He's a good winner too, man. Like he's not I don't know, he's not what we're used to seeing like with Floyd.
He was having fun the whole time, and like before the fight, he's in there dancing. After the fight, he's singing songs to the crowd. I'm sitting there like I bet
you're gonna keep this purse. The last purse he donated.
I think he might donate this one too.
He's a good dude, man. Like I don't know how anybody can be mad at Tyson Fury. You know, even like some people try to put race into it. People say they tried to play the black-white thing, and what is it? Wilder said at the interview. Wilder said, you know, he's gonna do something great for Black History Month. You know, he's gonna start something great.
Yes.
You know, and like, okay, I see it. But then Tyson Fury, you know, he just downplayed. He's like, I'm not trying to turn this into a black and white thing.
You did.
You know, like I just want this to be a fight, boxing, good fight. And it wasn't a good fight because he beat the piss out of him. Like he beat the blood out of him.
You're right. He did lick his blood too, man. That was bad.
And even on the close-up pictures, you can see all the blood just sprayed across him. Like, and it wasn't his blood. It was Wilder's blood. Like you tell, he's just beating him, splashing blood everywhere. I'm just like,
I never saw Wilder that bad, man. Like he complained about the suit that he came out in was like 40 pounds.
You picked it.
He did pick it.
You picked it. I don't care. You tried it on before you even walked out in it.
And he said his legs might have been a little weak from that. Are you buying that? Are you buying that?
All right, you play football. You play D1 football. All right.
Many moons ago.
So you telling me? All right, many moons ago. You telling me if you put on a backpack that weighed an extra, how he said, 40 pounds?
Yeah.
Extra 40 pounds. And from the time you walked out the locker room to the time you walked on the field, that's going to affect the way you're going to play on the field?
No, it's a little different. I mean...
Why is it different?
I don't know.
This was the longest camp he's had in I don't know how long. This is one of his longer camps.
He didn't look in shape. I'm just gonna throw that out there. He didn't look good. He supposedly had a little leg injury too. That's been one of the reasons. But if the suit's 40 pounds, and you try to carry it out. I mean, maybe got something.
I'm asking you, 40-pound bag, is that stopping you? Is that going to keep you from being able to run a fly route, to run a slant? Is that going to slow your Is that going to slow your breakdown down? You ain't going to monkey arm as quick. It's just going to be slow. Like, oh, you know what, dog? It was that suit. It was that 40-pound book bag I walked out in.
It might affect the way I play. But then again, I'm not fighting for 12 rounds either.
Man, we're athletes. He didn't fight for 12 rounds. He fought for 2 rounds. All he's been saying, like, all he said prior to this fight was 2 seconds.
That's all you
2
need.
seconds, all I need. 2 seconds. Well, listen, for everything but the second round, with maybe 4 seconds where you got a couple good hits, like you got beat up, and he got mad at his trainer. Like he kind of, he did what any warrior would do. Like I felt like I could have kept going. They should have let me go. Of course that's how you felt because you weren't watching yourself get beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people care about your well-being. Like, your wife's in the stands watching. Like,
he looked bad, man. I felt bad for him.
He was just out there on his feet. Like, he's just out there reaching.
I don't know I respect him saying that he wanted to go out, on his own will, and he didn't want to, his corner to throw in the towel.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. If I'm watching that, I might have thrown the towel too if I was a trainer.
Look, what was the stats say that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury dominated with like 82-34 in total punches.
Jeez.
He landed 82 punches to Wilder's 34. Fury landed 58 power punches in less than 7 rounds after landing just 38 in the first fight. In the first fight, he was beating him up.
The first fight was.
So, like, this fight, he beat him up even more. 58 power punches by a 273-pound man that's like 6'5", however tall he is. Like, right. That's a lot.
It was a bad look for Wilder. I hope he bounces back from it because he is a big-time fighter. And the sport's better when we have American heavyweights that we can, like, see on a daily basis. Yep. We had the Klitschko brothers for a while, who they fought in different countries.
I didn't watch heavyweight boxing when the Klitschko brothers had it. I'll be honest with you. When the Klitschko when he lost, I was like, he lost?
That was just,
yeah. I was like, yeah, let's go America, yeah. Yeah, I was all Team America.
Well, it was like, their fights came more like 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning. Like, it was just too much.
I mean, they were big. Like, they were like some Drago. They both were the Drago brothers. Like,
they were big.
They're like 6'8", like something crazy. Like, come on, man, you got like a 4-foot reach. I want to box you.
Yeah, nobody was coming inside. But hey, Wilder, hope you bounce back, man. It's a big win for Tyson Fury. I don't know if I want to see a part 3. My man Dixon says he has to do it.
You can't go out with an L. You can't go out with an L.
You ain't got to fight him though to get the win.
Well, who do you want to see? But all right, so do you want Joshua Fury next?
Yes.
Or do you want Wilder Joshua?
No. Fury.
So are you saying Wilder Ruiz?
No. Fury Joshua. I'm fine with that.
But what about Wilder Ruiz?
It can happen.
Ruiz knocked out Joshua. They only fought twice.
He's not the champ no more.
I feel like Ruiz should get a rematch. I feel like he should be able to get a rematch against Joshua.
Possibly. I mean,
like, if we want heavyweight boxing to come back,
the best got to fight the best.
Exactly. And like, Ruiz knocked out Joshua. Joshua's the man. Like, prior to Joshua getting knocked out, I was like, I want to see Joshua Wilder. And then when Wilder fought Fury, I'm like, Joshua can fight any one of these guys and I'd watch. And then Joshua gets knocked out, and I'm like, oh, Ruiz, where'd you come from, guy? Like, if you train a little bit, like, you ain't got to lose your belly, but, like, just train a little bit.
He got the dad body.
Yeah, he got the dad body. Like, you can do some damage.
Hey, well, our next segment, we're going to dive into some NFL topics, but we're going to take a quick break. Remember, you're listening to Opinionated Facts on the RTFSportsNetwork.com, as well as the TCP network as well. So make sure You stay tuned. We'll be right back after these quick messages. And we're back. Remember, you listen to Opinionated Facts on the RTF Sports Network /TCP Network /TCP Sports. Opinionated Facts is back. So I have Mr. Andrew Dixon here with me, host of King's Court.
Yep. Hey.
He is a diehard. Unfortunately, he's a diehard Cowboys fan.
Unfortunately, man, like I was fortunate for the first couple years of my life. Like first 10 years of my life were real fortunate.
It was a good run.
But then, like after '96, like I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's been depressing, man. Like it's like I know what it's like to be an Eagle fan leading up to when you guys won the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that.
Don't throw us in this. We're not Eagle fans. Listen, we are fine with minding our business over here. Nobody was talking about the Eagles.
Listen, I feel like if you talk about the Cowboys, you got to talk about the Eagles. I mean, Cowboys, Eagles, NFC.
We don't have these problems. Like,
oh man,
Emmitt Smith is telling Dak to take less money. Why is Emmitt Smith pocket watching anybody?
Because he's Emmitt Smith. He's number one, the NFL's leading rusher ever.
You put anybody behind that line.
Come on, man.
You put me or you
give
behind
my
that
man
line.
his respect. Come on, give him his respect.
Emmitt Smith's overrated.
Oh, he's not overrated.
He's overrated.
Listen, Barry retired early, but we can't take away what Emmett did.
Was Emmitt ever better than Barry?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yo, as soon as Barry retired, Emmett was the man.
I'm about to say, was he ever better than Barry?
But listen, Barry never had a line, so like we can't even say that.
And
like if Barry had a line, he might not have been able to do the things that Emmitt Smith did with a line.
What? If Barry had a line, he would have double the numbers Emmitt Smith did.
So who would Barry be today? Like who can we say in the NFL that Barry would be today?
He'll be close to I would go Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, you're right. The Giants are trash. Like the Giants are horrible.
He's Saquon Barkley.
And then so Emmitt Smith would be what? Zeke? Emmitt Smith would be Zeke right now, right?
I like Zeke better because I think Zeke has more speed than Emmett had. Like Zeke can go 40 to 60. I don't see Emmett breaking those long runs.
Emmett was fast, low key. Look,
Emmett wasn't slow, but he wasn't. All right, we're getting off topic. What about?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like Emmett can. You know, he's won what 3 rings with the Cowboys. You know, like he's the NFL's leading rusher. He's in the Hall of Fame already. Like his record still hasn't been broken.
So you think he can tell Dak what to?
I mean, he can't tell Dak what to. I don't feel like he should have brought that like in the media. I feel like that's something he could like. Hey, yo, Dak, what's up, man? Like, take this pay cut, man. Like, you know, like kind of talk to him on the low. Like, gave him some like some father, you know, some father wisdom type. You know, like, yo, you've been in the league longer than me. You know, you were in the league for a while. You know, you've done it. So, what can I do? What do you think is going to work out best?
Do you think Dak should take less money?
I think Dak should take what he thinks he deserves.
So as a Cowboys fan, he thinks he deserves, you know, top 3 money.
I look around at the other quarterbacks in the NFL, and I look at Dak since he's been there, like from when he lost Zeke, when he lost his O-line. Like, I'm a Cowboy fan. When he didn't have a star wide receiver to throw to, and he's just throwing the ball to who was it? We're throwing the ball to man. Freaking Cole Beasley was like hot sauce. You know, we were hype about this 5'7", 180-pound receiver, 165 maybe 170-pound receiver. You know, who was our slot? It was a slot receiver. That's our number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, like I feel like Dak's done. He's like when you're a quarterback, like it's all eyes on you. When you're a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, it's even bigger. You know, because regardless of how people choose to accept it or not, it's America's team, and like people either want to see you fail or they want to see you win. And like watching Dak Prescott these past couple of years, like he's consistent. You know, and he keeps us in every game, no matter whether the defense is trash, like whether our play calling is being called by Mr. Clapp himself. You know, Jason Garrett. You know, like who was a backup and all he knows. I feel like Jason Garrett, all he knows is mediocre. You know, like so. I feel having with Mike McCarthy coming in, I feel like Dak could have a better years than he's ever had ever. And I think he should get paid. I feel like he needs to make more than Carson Wentz. He's been more consistent. He's played. He hasn't gotten injured since he's been playing.
He's playing behind the best line. Oh my God. In the league, or one of the best lines.
I would say one of the best lines, but
one of the best lines in the league.
That's the thing. Like he still goes.
I agree. He don't get hurt. I also agree that he should not take less money. He should go out and get it what it's worth. I think he's a 4th round draft pick. Like he needs a payday.
He lived up way past what they thought he was going to do.
They've been getting a discount, and I understand how the NFL works. With you win with paying your quarterback less, and you can go out and get some other places. But no, this guy's been consistently first of all, he's consistently good. Second, he's been holding the franchise down. He stood with Jerry Jones through the whole Kaepernick thing. He didn't take a knee or nothing. He stood right beside him and answered every question. And it's worth, pay the man.
You're right. So real quick, though. Emmitt Smith ran a 4.5 240. All right. Barry Sanders ran a 4.21.
Barry Sanders ran a 4.21?
He ran a 4.21.
Wait. Well,
I just had to throw that out there, like a quick stat.
4.21 is flying.
That's moving. That's almost a 3.
If they told me that, I wouldn't believe it.
You're a sneeze away from a 3. You're like a...
I know, oh, man. Well, like I said, Emmett 4.5. Look at that, man. Emmett was overrated. Mm-hmm. His whole career.
He was not. He was never overrated. He did what he needed to do, man. He was a good running back.
Behind an amazing line. Anybody could have did that.
All right, look. Dak's second season. Zeke's out. Matter of fact, before Zeke went out, lost our tackle, Tyrone Smith.
Yes.
All right, and that Falcons game, there were we gave up 8 sacks to Beasley, their DN, who was he played 50% of the downs. If that. He killed us. Dak still put up numbers. He still had a decent year that year. And I don't understand why it should even be questioned. We know Jerry Jones takes care of his quarterbacks. He takes care of his boys.
He does.
He took care of Quincy Carter. Quincy Carter was a bum.
You don't call him a bum?
Yeah. I'm going to call Quincy Carter a bum, but he's a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So I loved him at the time. But I didn't think Quincy Carter was good. But Jerry Jones paid him. And even after Quincy Carter was done, you know what Jerry Jones did? Put him on the Arena League team and continue to pay him. So I feel like Jerry Jones is going to take care of Dak, just like he took care of Tony Romo. And Aikman, there's...
Why did he wait so long? He waited till Cam started with Zeke last year.
How do you keep your team relevant?
Is that what we're doing now?
That's what he's been doing.
Dak, what are you going to do when Dak don't show up to no mini camp? Starting quarterback, new coach, not showing up to no mini camps, nothing in the offseason.
You don't think that contract, or he ain't going to be franchise tagged before mini camp?
Well, if they franchise tag him and they're not going to sign him long term, he's still going to be mad. I still wouldn't show up.
Listen, I think right now I think we need to get him. We need to get him done. They need to get Dak done, and then work on Amari Cooper.
Yes.
And then from there, work out after that, because you got your lineman signed, you got your running back signed last year, get your quarterback and your star wide receiver taken care of. Randall Cobb will come back for pennies. Amari Cooper Amari Cooper take a little pay cut right until next year. Because Amari Cooper, he's still, he's a good wide receiver, but he's still. Some games you see him, some games you don't. It's still him. It's almond joy to the mountains.
So speaking of wide receivers, what do you think about Dez calling for a workout for the Cowboys? Dez actually called the Cowboys.
If he gonna come in for $700,000 a year.
Oh man, that's all you paying Dez?
Listen, I'm a Cowboy fan.
You gonna give him the league minimum?
I watched that. Yeah, give him the league minimum. I'm sorry, give him the league minimum. Man. He's been out the league for how long? 2-3 years?
I think it was 2 years. He got hurt.
Last time he played was...
He's been out of the league for a while.
Exactly.
That's been out for a while.
And he's 31. He's 31. He might still have it. I know at 31, I thought I still had it. You at 31, do you think you still have it?
No, I knew I was done. I knew I was done as soon as I hung him up.
So 31, you know you're not competing with these guys fresh out college. You know, these guys fresh legs. If you've been out the league for 3 years and first play you played for the Saints, first play, you pull your hammy at practice. It might be time to hang it up. I'm like, yo, go out, throw in the X. Like, all right, we remember you when you go back to the Cowboys.
He tore the Achilles, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Play. And we know, being the age of 31 and over, you don't recover as quick. Like, your recovery is never the same. Like, it's
definitely
not.
Don't. Definitely don't.
So I think he should. I mean, give it a whirl. You know, come play a season with the Cowboys like Jason Witten. You know, like, come play season. Like, you want to try and win a ring with us? Come win a ring so you can retire as a Cowboy.
Who would you rather pay, Dez or Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown, still. I mean, he's a head case. He's a head case. But
you can't trust him. As soon as you give him the money, he's out of there. He's going to do something stupid.
You just kind of got, I don't know, I guess you got to kind of roll.
Yes, he's the better receiver. I'll give you that.
He's a better receiver. But, I don't know. Person you think's going to play the most weeks, you definitely got to go with Dez.
Exactly.
You go with Dez.
If I'm a bet man, I would go with Dez. I'm pay Dez and give Dez a couple of dollars.
I mean, I wish AB would get it together. You know, I think he's a Hall of Fame receiver no matter what. Like what he's already accomplished in his career, he's a Hall of Fame receiver.
He is going on his apology tour right now. Maybe somebody might.
As he's trying to get his money back. As he's trying to recoup $30 million from the Raiders. Trying to get that $9.5 million from the Patriots.
The Combine's coming up next week, so I think he got meetings out there and he's excited about them. So maybe somebody might bite.
Real quick on Dak too. Like I look at Dak and I look at Brady right now. Brady's the GOAT.
Yes.
Brady took pay cuts his whole career. And now he's finally in a position of free agency.
Still not going to get a payday.
Teams want him. So you know what he's doing? He's holding his own meetings. You know, teams are going to come to him. Why? When you got 6 rings, you can do that. Well, you got 6, right?
Yeah, but he probably missed out on his payday. Well, he's not going to get.
I think he'll get a big payday. I think he'll probably get the max for 1 year. He'll get the league max for 1 year.
He'll get his worth, but he won't get what he missed out on in his prime when he was winning Super Bowls and like he didn't cash out when he should have. I'm not saying when he should have because his sacrifice definitely was put him in position to win 6 rings. Mm-hmm. So
he did good last year. Like, he always works for whatever you give him. And I feel that's what Dak does. So I feel Dak should get paid. He's young. He's playing off $2 million a year rookie contract. And like he's been in the talks about he's been in the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks since he's been in the league.
I agree. I don't think Dak should not get paid. I don't know why Jerry Jones has not paid him.
Right.
But you know, I
feel like we're doing a Philly move, like with Barkley and, you know, with the Charles Barkley. Like, we're like, hey, all right, man, go ahead, take off.
I was about to say, I'm talking about the Eagles. With the Eagles, we pay people. Carson's paid. We take care of our own.
And that's another reason why Dak should be paid. Like, you're one of the best quarterbacks in probably the poopiest yet best division in the NFL. Like, because that's one thing with the NFC East. Like, no matter what, they play to whatever competition the team they're playing. Like, if they're playing a poopy team, all right, we're going to play poopy. If they're playing a good team, we're going to step up.
The NFC East was terrible last year.
Yep, and like the NFC East is full of good quarterbacks right now, good young quarterbacks. You know, I wouldn't say, like, Daniel Jones, he's still got some ways to come, but he's playing behind Eli Manning, Mr. Interception. You know, like, so we have him, we got Carson Wentz, you got Dak Prescott, and you got, what's his name down for Washington, Dwayne Haskins. You got Dwayne Haskins. So it's like you got these young quarterbacks, and like they're good quarterbacks.
They are.
You know, Pat Mahomes is a great quarterback out in Kansas City.
He's gonna be the best.
But the NFC East quarterbacks are all up there. You know, like give Dwayne Haskins like another season or two. You know, like
we'll see how he looks.
Like Washington's front office is horrible. You know, they don't do nothing for their quarterbacks. You know, that's why Kirk Cousins was out. But yeah, man, I think Dak needs to get paid.
I agree. Pay the man. Hey, we'll be right back. Make sure that you keep tuning in to Opinionated Facts on the RTFSportsNetwork.com as well as TCP Network. Make sure you tune in. We'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. You're listening to Opinionated Facts on the RTF Sports Network /TCP. Let's talk about something here that is just I'm gonna call it a dummy move.
Okay.
We have the lineman from the Browns, Mr. Greg Robinson, who gets caught with 157 pounds of weed at the border.
Is it a dummy move?
Yes.
I seen a news article, news post that said was not satisfied with being a first round bust. Like he had to do more. He had to go bigger. And like 157 pounds of marijuana.
That's not like. I understand. Maybe your contract is not guaranteed. Maybe you're looking for your career outside of. Maybe I don't know. Maybe try to make a couple quick dollars. I don't know the mind frame. I don't know, but you're in the NFL. You're going to make millions.
I think he would have found a team. He would have got on a team. If he would have got cut by the Browns this year, he would have got on a team just being you were a first round draft.
He's a free agent.
There's a team that's going to take a chance at you just for you being in that first round draft. You busted in Cleveland, but like the majority of people that go to Cleveland end up sucking. Like you got to get out of that system. The Cleveland system is horrible.
I feel bad for that coach, man. That coach went out here and they gave him a bunch of head cases.
And he was a good coach in college. Like, he was a good coach. You're like, oh, Freddie Kitchens? Oh, man, yeah, I like him. Yeah, right.
And then you throw a bunch of head cases at him, and you got the quarterback walking around with a mustache and changed his identity, and then you got, my man, OBJ out here. And I like OBJ. I like him. The quarterback. The quarterback can be better.
You know he didn't hear too much from this year, though?
Who?
OBJ.
But he's trying to get a payday.
He is. He is. He needs it.
He does. He's one of the best receivers.
But that Greg Jackson situation, like
Robinson.
Greg Robinson. I don't know why I keep saying Jackson. That Greg Robinson situation. You imagine being the driver?
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into the story.
Like the driver was the worst. Like it's. How do you put somebody in that situation without giving them any heads up, any warning?
Hold on, let's tell the story here, man. So he rented. No, he rented a Cadillac Escalade. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then he hired an Uber driver to drive him to wherever he was going. He didn't tell the Uber driver nothing. So when they get to the border, he tells the Uber driver, "Hey, I got some weed and duffel bags back here. I'm gonna need you to take the charge." The Uber driver's like, "What? I didn't even know you had no, I'm not taking nothing. I didn't even know you had anything in the car, or else I wouldn't have drove you."
You know what's messed up too is like the other guy in the car was like there were two other people in the car. The other one was a former wide receiver in the NFL. Like was it Quan Bray?
Jeez.
Like Quan Bray. Yeah, it was Quan Bray. Jaquan Bray. He was a wideout. Like he had him in there with him. So you imagine this, like you had your chance. You've been sucking, but you're ready to get back at it. You're trying to make, you know what? I'm coming back. You're training harder. You're putting that work in.
Yes.
And you got your man who's a first round pick. He's a lineman though. But that's your man. Like, yeah, that's my way back in. Am I banging with him? Yeah, I'll ride with you, man. Where we going? Yeah, I just need you to drive for me. You driving. You're like, yeah, I'm ready to go back to the league, dog. You talking to him about it. Dog, son. Boom. Yo, dog. Why you turn towards the checkpoint? Like, they made a wrong turn.
Yeah,
like
they weren't going to
Mexico. No, they were going from Louisiana to Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going Louisiana to Texas, and there was a wrong turn made, and they ended up at a checkpoint. Like, first of all, I'm stopping him before. Yo, dog, why you make the wrong turn? Hey, listen, just let me out here. I'll take the duffel bags. Like, at that point, you got to tell him what you got in there.
Not to mention, in this day and age, you have all types of navigations and everything else going on. you've made a wrong turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the car. Like, you know what you got going on. Whether nobody else in the car does, you know you got something going on that you shouldn't. Hey, stop the car right now. Make a U-turn. We're going back to get on the right path.
It's like they were going from Los Angeles to Louisiana, like on Interstate 10 in a remote section of West Texas. So you picture this backwoods. There ain't too much but desert, and you know how some local cops are way out in small towns.
You're right.
They're already looking for people crossing the border. They're looking for drug runners already, and then you have this 6'7", 370-pound black man in an Escalade with two other big guys that are NFL talent. Like,
exactly.
And you're just like, what are you guys doing here? Why are you guys coming through the checkpoint? Oh, we were just going to Louisiana from Los Angeles. How'd you get in Mexico? It's just like there was a drug sniffing dog. The drug sniffing dog go off like, oh, 3 black guys in a rented vehicle coming from Los Angeles. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Just dumb.
Yeah, man.
So we don't know how that situation is going to turn out, but unfortunately for Greg Robinson, man, I don't know, man. Just hold your head up, man. Stay off the weed, like my man Stephen A. would say. Stay off the weed while you're in the league. Mm-hmm. And then you're fine. Once you get out, smoke as much as you want, brother.
Go with the CBD oils. Like, figure it out. Maybe there was something else. Maybe this was his final buy. Like, he knew he was about to be out of the league. He knew he wasn't going to get them big checks no more. He's like, let me do one last buy, and I'm out.
Nah, man, he got to go.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's supplying for the... I always try to look at it from, like, a positive point. Like, dang, dog, I can't believe... You ain't just going to throw your whole life away for 157 pounds of weed. Like, that's a lot of bud. Like,
all right, so, just switch the topics here. Do you think Andy Dalton would be a viable replacement to Tom Brady if Tom Brady left New England?
Andy Dalton. The Red Rifle. You know what I mean? Like the Red Rifle. That's what I think of Andy Dalton. Like, I don't know. Like I liked him in Cincinnati, but I just feel like he just didn't have the defense. He just didn't have enough pieces around him. I like the coach. I feel like the coach put him in a good position to win games, but with injuries and the talent, you're only. I feel like in the NFL you can only be as good as the guys around you are willing to be.
Yeah.
And like the Bengals, they had a lot of second chance, third chance players they signed. Where they're on their last limb. And Andy Dalton, the young man's out here, Red Rifle's trying to lead them. He'd get them to the playoffs.
There's no point. I don't know. The Bengals are another bad organization. We're about to just throw the whole state of Ohio away with professional sports. No disrespect to Ohio.
Since LeBron left, Cleveland team's been looking a little suspect.
My bad, Ohio. I'm not. I'm just saying. But the Bengals have been struggling, and if I'm looking at a viable replacement to Tom Brady, I would want a young quarterback who you can build around. I don't think Andy Dalton's going to come in here with the supporting cast that you have up there already in New England and be successful.
Maybe we'll go to the Chargers. Like, they already had a slow quarterback in Phillip Rivers. Like, he's done.
I like Phillip.
Phillip's done, man. Like, the guys from that class, Phillip and Eli, remember they got traded?
Yes.
Turns out Eli won 2 Super Bowls, and meanwhile Phillip Rivers is just still slow. Like, he's done in San Diego.
Them guys have more help than Phillip ever got, man.
Yeah, if the Patriots are trying to develop a young quarterback, like don't go sign Andy Dalton. Sign Phillip Rivers for a year. Give him a chance to win a Super Bowl. I feel like he's had the opportunity in San Diego, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like playoffs are his Achilles, like they were for Peyton Manning for a while. Like,
I think Phillip Rivers would be a better replacement than Andy Dalton
for the Patriots. Yeah, I think he'd be a better system quarterback.
If you want to come up there and like you would have a better chance of winning with Phillip Rivers rather than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton never won much of anything.
Andy Dalton's always had like acrobatic receivers to throw to.
I mean,
AJ Green's a monster, and somehow he's a free agent this year.
AJ Green's a bad boy. I mean, he's been hurt the last year and a half, but that's another one I'm taking.
Maybe that's why Andy Dalton's numbers are down. Who has he had to throw to? Right. They had Adam Pac-Man Jones there for a little bit in corner. Like, they've had guys that are just, I don't know. I feel like they've never, all the talent that they get. If they get a first-round draft pick, like, remember the curse of the first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to the Bengals, like, you're guaranteed to get injured. If you go to the Browns, you're guaranteed to get injured. Like, that's how it was for a while. Andy Dalton was the first rookie, I think, for them that didn't get injured first year, but he's making up for it now.
They throw these rumors out here to get what people, I don't know if they want people thinking or want people talking. I just don't understand Andy Dalton to the Patriots. It just don't make sense. As if you want, and then maybe, the GOAT, my man Belichick, thinks he can win with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this big thing is. That they want to see who's better. Brady without Belichick, Belichick without Brady. If you want a fair chance, Belichick, you might not want to get Andy Dalton.
True.
That's all I'm saying. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess,
This is probably one of the best free agent quarterback classes we had in a while. So,
is Eli retiring or is he a free agent this year?
Eli said he's done. He's retiring.
All right.
That'd be good for Eli, man. There's another young Peyton coming up right now.
Daniel Jones?
No, I'm sorry. There's another young Manny coming up. It's the brother that's a doctor. His son is pretty good right now. He's a quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's a freshman. And they're not accepting no offers, no visits, nothing recruiting-wise. And he's just playing football.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's nice.
It is. If you can do that. I mean, it must be nice to be a Manny.
Man, everybody has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, you're right.
Peyton's the one. He's on the lower end with Archie. Like, they got one.
It might be one of the best sports families ever. If not the best sports family ever.
Yeah.
You put them over Serena and Venus.
Yeah, there's only two of them. I'm thinking, like, there's three Mannings.
Yeah, well, the one didn't make it.
No. Archie had a ring, though.
Oh, you're talking about Archie. You're throwing Archie in there.
Archie got a ring?
I don't think Archie got a ring. Archie was good. Archie played on bad teams, though.
Let's see.
I don't think Archie got a ring. Speaking of rings, there's a scheduled date of March 1st for Steph Curry to return. If you are Golden State, why would you even think about bringing back Steph Curry this year?
You wouldn't. I wouldn't. Just sit it out, dog. Sit it out.
Is there any reason you would want to bring back he is your best player.
You know who looks horrible right now, though, with them being out?
Who?
Steve Kerr. Golden State record this year.
It's bad.
All right. What's changed?
Everybody. They lost their three best players.
Uh-huh.
They lost Durant. They lost Steph.
Who's this amazing coach you had?
I wouldn't say amazing. He was
Yeah, they look horrible. What, they won like 15? Have they won 20 games yet?
No.
Exactly. That's horrible. We're this far into the season, they haven't won 20 games?
He's coaching the children of the poor.
Nah, man.
Draymond going to win you 20 games?
Like they say, Golden State develops the best players. Golden State. Now we can go back and go, hey, you know what? Steve Jackson did build that Golden State team.
Oh, you're talking about Mark Jackson.
I'm sorry, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson did build that Golden State team.
Well, I like Mark.
And now we can say that now, right?
No, because they're all out. Like, if they were all still there and losing, then yes, you can blame Steve Kerr. But right now, you don't got no Steph, no Durant, no Clay.
You got Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond was always overrated.
Who else? Don't they got D'Angelo?
Well, they traded him. Now they got Wiggins. Look, it's a bad basketball team.
All right.
That's all. We couldn't ask Jesus Christ to come down here and coach them guys.
He talking about he turned water to wine. He's definitely turning that Golden State team into something better than a 20-win team, at least.
Well, and again, they might be tanking it on purpose. I mean, I don't know why you would bring Steph back if you are, but right now they can get a top 3 pick in the draft, and you get somebody there, and then you bring them in with Steph, Clay.
Well, Golden State's set up. They're set up for the next couple of years with draft picks, top draft picks. That's another reason why I think Steph should just sit it out this year, dog. Sit it out. Wait till Clay come back. Y'all can come back and be the Splash Brothers together. Like, y'all can come back together.
And I like the Wiggins trade. A lot of people didn't like the Wiggins trade, but I think Wiggins can add some defense there. Might spark him.
People think Wiggins. I know some people think Wiggins, Steph, and Dre. And that's a good starting four right there. Like,
it could be
Wiggins, Draymond, Steph.
He play defense for
Clay.
you and defend and hit the open jump shots.
Who's your fifth man? From him. What fifth man you get?
Whoever they're going to draft this year.
Yeah. Who's in the draft this year? Like, this draft this year, like,
it's not a strong draft.
No, I think everybody just need to come back next year. Like, this is a growing year. This is a development year. Like Zion,
it's not a strong draft.
Like, they're cooking right now too in the NBA. The guys that came out, they're cooking right now.
Yeah, Zion and Ja are balling. Like they're going to be good for years to come. Like Zion might mess around and get Rookie of the Year and play half the season.
The Pelicans, I ain't gonna hold you. The Pelicans are a whole different team with Zion.
They're fun to watch.
Like, they are. Like, Zion was that. I feel like Zion's the Shaq. Like, he's the Shaq. He's what Shaq was to Magic, to the Orlando Magic when he first came in the league.
Yeah,
I feel like that's Zion for the Pelicans. Like, I feel like they could run the East next year. Like, they're going to be competing with Milwaukee
if he stays healthy.
Yeah, even the end of this season, that young group of guys they got, which all came from where?
The Lakers.
From the Lakers. All these young guys, we got AD for them, and like AD's doing it up.
AD's balling too.
But in the East, them guys look good. In the East, they look good.
They look bad for the Lakers. I mean, they look bad for the Lakers, but they look young for the Lakers.
Yeah, they look bad.
I'm gonna say young. So what do you think about, since you're bringing up big men, what do you think about Embiid saying that he's the best player in the world?
I think Embiid needs to get to win a finals, before he should say anything like that. Like, you show up for, like, you don't show up every game. You don't show up every quarter. Like, you'll show up in the last quarter and, like, nah, man, you can't be inconsistent. You need to be consistently great if you're gonna call yourself the best player in the world. And you know what? All the best players in the world, well, LeBron did it. LeBron called himself the best player in the world, but that's because he does it. Like, he makes everyone around him better. He makes every team better. Like, Embiid doesn't do that. I feel like he doesn't do that.
He's arguably not the best player on his team.
True. Like, if Simmons could hit a three,
if he would even try to shoot one.
Oh my goodness.
He won't even pull the trigger.
It's depressing, ain't it? It's depressing to watch him. Like, you see all this talent and all this whoop, 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 alley-oop.
I want them, like, they should be the Shaq and Penny of our era growing up. Mm-hmm. Like, they should be Shaq and Penny. These guys can't. Ben Simmons don't want to shoot the ball.
Dish it off, pass it.
Yeah, like, freaking 6'10" and don't want to take another jump shot.
I don't know, man. Like, if Embiid's going to call himself that, I think he needs to step up and do more. I think you need to be more consistent in what you are. Because, watching him in the All-Star game, he's good. He competes. Like, he put LeBron on skates.
He's good.
It's just like, but you're only good for like quarter and a half a game. Like,
Embiid can play basketball when he wants to play basketball. It's a matter of when does he want to play basketball.
Exactly. So that right there keeps you from being the best player in the world.
And that right there is going to get that coach fired.
It is going to get him fired. But you know what's good to see, though? Like, the backups, though. What's his name that got traded or got released? Playing for the Pelicans right now.
J.J. Redick?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's good to see him play with the Pelican. The Pelican, he drains some threes, too, man.
Well, J.J.'s a bad boy.
I know y'all be missing him. I know Philly. I know the Sixers are missing him.
Hey, J.J.'s good. And he comes from one of the best universities.
What's that?
We want to Duke.
Duke? They're suspect right now, too.
Whoa.
You know they are, man. Like, that performance against North Carolina.
What? We won that one. We lost to NC State last week, but listen.
I'm sorry, North Carolina State.
You
lose to the Wolfpack. Like, I'd rather lose to the Tar Heels than the Wolfpack.
It was our fourth. It was Duke's fourth loss.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll be all right. Don't worry about Duke. We'll be all right come March.
Okay.
That's all we can do.
March Madness.
Now, Vernon Carey might be a good pick for the
you know how it's not a good year
State.
in college basketball? Like San Diego State. Like Gonzaga.
They are.
Like, these are the schools that we're talking about. Like, these are the schools that are talked about when it comes to, like, best teams in the nation. Well, San Diego State just got their first loss. Gonzaga just lost. What? This close into March?
They all went down last week.
That's like, so I feel like once we hit March Madness, I feel like it's wide open right now.
It is. That's why I'm going with the veteran leadership at coaching with Coach K.
Because at any time, these big schools, these blue ribbon schools, these pedigree, with this, any time they can turn it on and win, and like these barely D1 schools holding on, that are guys that are really trying to make a name for themselves, it's gonna catch up to them.
Hey, so we're running out of time here. Mr. Andrew Dix, we want to thank you definitely for coming out and joining the Opinionated Facts team. You got any shout outs before you want to head out of here?
I want to shout out the family, the kids, babe, everybody, TCP family, and my co-host Diamondville. Check out King's Court Podcast if you get a chance. Get on Facebook, look us up. Dope podcast. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
It's definitely a dope podcast. If you get a chance, check out King's Court every Thursday, 8 p.m. On the part of TCP Network. Other than that, let me think of any shout-outs I may have. Let me give a quick one to my family as well, since I don't want to get in trouble since you gave your family a shout-out. I might have to give mine one. Shout out to the 7-letter family. Make sure you guys tune in consistently. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. we are on rtfsportsnetwork.com, and we are on Facebook as well. Every Sunday we do a live show. You can catch us there Sundays at 12. That's on the Opinionated Facts Facebook page. You can also go follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OF Podcast Boys. So make sure you go follow all those pages, and I guess that's about it.
All right. Appreciate you guys, right? Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in next week so we can continue to talk about how, Kawhi Leonard wears his own jersey on vacation and talk about, Saquon trying to holler
at... What it do, baby?
And Saquon trying to holler at, Justin Bieber and Kyrie ex-girlfriend and stuff like that.
She must got that yummy.
Oh,
yummy.
So anyway, make sure you guys stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way, and listen to what some old folks have to say. See you guys next week. Peace.